with AEW stars thinking Sasha Banks could debut for the promotion and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. During the media call for NXT Deadline, Senior VP of Talent Development Creative Shawn Michaels was asked about X-Pac returning to in-ring action as he said, "I know he has been getting back in there here and there, and I gotta tell you, he's like in the best shape he's been in a long time. He looks fantastic. Obviously, that would be something I had to run up the flagpole and everything. Look, the talent would benefit from that so much. I know he has a blast, so that's an option that we're allowed to explore. A jump all over it, but I will. It's amazing. We're all buddies and all that stuff like it, but it pales to you guys, but he won't say anything to me about it. I'll say we're all busy trying to work. We can't just pick it up and doing it off the cuff like we used to. When we did the panel and everything, he was really focused on helping us out and getting that done. I gotta tell you, that would be awesome. The talent would benefit from that so much, and clearly we do as a program. If we have Kid do anything with us, that's a huge plus for NXT. Recalling how WWE originally saw him in the role of a commentator for the company, The Miz said this on Off the Beat. "I'll never forget, they were like, you impressed us so much that maybe there is something for you here. They brought me up to Connecticut to commentate. Joey Styles brought me up with Todd Grisham and Michael Cole. They brought me up and I had to do a take of commentating. They told me, we might bring you in as a commentator or interviewer. It was the first time I said, but I want to be a WWE superstar. They didn't look at me like a WWE superstar. They looked at me as a personality. I saw something different. I love what you guys do and you do a great job, but I want to be bigger than The Rock and bigger than Hogan. I want to be a superstar." Alright, okay. They gave me a developmental deal to go down and they didn't think I was going to be much of anything, to be honest. You can kind of tell. Let's see what we got here. They gave me this developmental contract and I was like, I'm making more than this doing Real World and the Challenge. I'm not taking a pay cut to do this. I had to think about that. Are we looking at this as a career move? Sometimes you have to take less because you see the big picture. That's what I did. I took less money to go there, train, and prove everyone wrong. With him announcing that 2023 will be his final year in the pro wrestling ring, Dustin Rhodes gave context to this on Busted Open Radio, saying, "I remember seeing Ray Candy years ago when I broke into the business, and he wasn't in the best shape. He was using a walker, and I was just getting into the business, and I was green and excited and hungry and passionate, and I still am, but I made a promise to myself that I was going to get out while I can still walk. I didn't really think I was going to say anything about this. It just happened at Blizzard Brawl, and I thought, I don't think anybody is going to pick up on it, but they did, and it caught fire. I just have to own it. I truly don't want to go out in the business and do anything that tarnishes my career. I don't want to slip up and fall. I have this in the back of my head every time I go out. What if I do something stupid? Then they're going to start chanting, please retire, and I don't want it to get to that. I know I'm doing really well right now and having some of the best work of my entire career these last 4 years, even though they are few and far between. Tony has done a good job treating me like an attraction, and I appreciate that, and it does help my body. But on the flip side, it's hard when you're not working 5 days a week like the WWE schedule. Your body gets calloused and used to it. Now I work once every 2, 3, 4 months, and if you go 100 miles an hour, then you pay the price. It takes me a week and a half to 2 weeks to recover from one match. I'm starting to see those things. My knees are pretty rough. My shoulders are pretty rough. I made the decision at the end of July, my contract is up, and I'm going to be done in ring, or at least tone weight down. I don't know if that's going to be it, because when we say we're retiring, we always come back, and you never say never. But that's what I'm looking for, an end date for my in-ring wrestling career. It'll be 35 years in the business, almost 36, and that's a good round number. There's nothing that I haven't done, good or bad, that I regret. I've loved everything I've done. The bad things have come to me and taught me lessons. I've become a better man because of those. I want to get out while I can still walk and still teach teach the kids and coach. Hopefully, if God willing, I'm allowed to do that and occasionally make an on-screen appearance. I don't know, but I don't want to embarrass myself is the main thing. I'm starting to second guess my work rate. My stamina is not as good as it was. I was watching mocks last night and I'm like, I'm blown up. I can't hang with that. I could, but it would have to be my style and very structured. I couldn't do that every week. As he won the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal, Ricky Starks would have a confrontation with MJF, who he is slated to face for the AEW World title, where Starks apparently went off script. As Brian Alvarez noted on Wrestling Observer Live, I heard from multiple people yesterday that apparently he had a whole thing written down. It wasn't like scripted or anything, but he had a thing written down that he was gonna do, and then he got out there and he just went off. He just went with it, and he went wild. Touching on rumors of CM Punk returning to WWE once his contract situation with AEW is handled, Apollo Crews told Wrestling Inc., "It's not that I wouldn't be happy or I wouldn't be upset. I don't know if I'd really feel any kind of way, honestly. It's nothing against him personally or anything, but I don't know. I think I'd just kind of be neutral with it. But again, extremely talented individual, and only time will tell, right?" On his podcast, Chris Jericho revealed that CM Punk injured him during an in-ring brawl, noting that, which of course led to CM Punk returning, and because he had been hurt and that when the summer was over and he came back and people just went nuts for it and had the Jericho Appreciation Society all take bumps for him. And then he came in with me and you can see I charged at him with the belt. He hits me again. You see me pointing to my throat to clothesline me over the top to the floor, and we didn't quite have enough momentum. Nobody's fault. I called it on the fly. We didn't have the amount of momentum, so when I got stuck and he gave me a little bit of an extra shove to go over, that's when I bruised my larynx. Total accident, no issue whatsoever. It was just the wrong place at the right time. As Braun Strowman previously went on Twitter after his performance at Crown Jewel and took a shot at high-flying wrestlers, Ricochet responded to this while speaking on After the Bell. "I don't really put too much thought into it. Even Braun back when he said those things like, he's still my friend. I just put a little post to call him out, but we're still cool. But honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like I've heard it so much, and I feel like coming up in the business, I heard so much that I'm never going to make it to WWE. It's the land of the giants. You're never going to make it. It's almost like white noise now. It's almost just like TV static." With it previously reported that there are no plans for Miro in AEW, it's been added by Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Fightful reported that Miro was healthy and not doing acting and was not being used because there was no creative idea for him. The first part is accurate. The second part is very much not. He isn't injured and he is available. Ideas were presented for him in September for an angle that would go through Full Gear, but he wasn't down with them. So rather than put him on TV for no purpose, they were waiting for him to agree to creative. He's expected to be back soon, and the sides have been talking. After suffering a heart attack, it seems WWE Hall of Famer Barry Windham is doing better, as Mika Rotunda wrote on Twitter. "Thank you to all who have reached out, prayed, contributed, and sent well wishes to my Uncle Barry this week. I wanted to give an update. I'm grateful to say he is stabilized and out of ICU, talking and able to stand. Thanks again, everyone. There absolutely is power in prayer." When it comes to a pro wrestling comeback for a WWE Hall of Famer, Rick Ucchino reported that Goldberg just told Max Kellerman that he will wrestle again at some point. Says he doesn't want to go out losing to Roman Reigns. With former WWE star John Morrison set to make a debut for a pro wrestling promotion, PW Insider said, for the first time in over 4 years, John Hennigan, whose surnames also include Morrison, Mundo, and Impact, will bring both substance and style when he steps into the ring on January 7th, competing under the name Johnny Fusion for MLW. It was previously reported that Sasha Banks is expected to be at New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom 17 event on January 4th, and this has some thinking she could make her debut for AEW in the future. It was reported that Fightful asked about Mercedes' status with WWE after the heavy promotion of her appearing on USA Network's Barmageddon. Nobody that we inquired with at WWE had heard any change or update on her status, or were at least willing to say as much. However, several AEW talent were excited about the possibility of her coming in. One source quickly agreed they thought that having Sasha Banks on their show weekly is another anchor for their women's division, something that could kickstart interest in it, and feel would significantly help viewership. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.